Canadian cheddar cheese. Tonight on the Sunday Sipper Club, we are pairing Canadian wine and Canadian cheese. And even if you don't have either in front of you tonight, you're going to get a lot of tips on how to pair wine with one of the most famous and popular cheeses, cheddar. I'm Natalie MacLean of nataliemaclean.com, where I review hundreds of new wines every week to find great bottles for you. And you can get my free picks by signing up. Click on the blue button to sign up and get the free picks. And while you're here or there, click below me on the like and the share buttons so that you can let your friends know that we're here right now and they can join us. So back to this. It's a pretty fun topic this week. If you're just joining us, let me know where you're logging in from and what's in your glass. It's okay, again, if it's not Canadian wine and Canadian cheese. Often with these Sunday Sipper Clubs, what I'm finding is that they inspire you to try the wines or the combinations that we did the previous week, so that's just fine. The point is that you're here. So let me refresh because the comments are coming in really quickly already. Lots of folks are here, which is awesome. I saw Tom flash by. There we go. Okay. Gail Harries says, my Australian husband's favorite, cheddar. Gail, where are you logging in from and what's in your glass, more importantly? And Lise is here. Hello, Miss Lise from Sudbury. Has anyone tried this Catherine Cuvée, a beautiful sparkling wine? This is a Blanc de Blanc, meaning it's a white wine made from white grapes. Uses the traditional method that is used in Champagne. And I think sparkling wine is one of the best wines to go with cheddar, especially Balderson cheddar. And let me just say right now, full disclosure, Balderson cheddar is sponsoring the contest tonight. We've had a contest where different people have been pairing different types of Balderson cheddar cheese with their favorite Canadian wines. There's been voting going on for the past week and a bit. And 3 people, are going to win. You're going home with 3 gift baskets, beautiful gift baskets for the holidays. So the voting is closed, but we will be announcing those 3 top winners about halfway through our session. So let's go back to the comments. Anne is here from Halifax. Nice to see you too as well tonight, Anne. Enologize, Malcolm here from St. Catherine. And Helena, she's back for more wine info. And Tom has liked the video but has yet to comment. Tom was, I think, late last week. I remember Tom. So good man, you're here on time. Paul and Patty are here from Virginia and they're sipping on a glass of Aqua Mineral Sans Gas. You know how to class it up, Paul and Patty. That's terrific. Okay, so as I said, tonight the focus will be on pairing wine and cheese, specifically Canadian wine, Canadian cheese. If you're just joining us, let me know where you're logging in from and what's in your glass. So, Balderson is a Canadian cheese maker, producer of fine cheddar cheeses. They just do cheddars. They don't do anything else. So no brie, no anything else. They make the cheese in Winchester, Ontario. They're available nationally and they have pretty good distribution, like the major grocery stores like Loblaws and so on. You'll find it there. I found some at Costco today because I'm finding that the older cheeses, so your 4 and your 5 years of age cheese, you can't find them anymore in most stores. And so I picked this up, the 4 and the 2. They're selling out because they're just so popular. Because they really have a really gorgeous flavor to them. It's really the taste that stands out for these cheeses. I've been a fan for a long time, since my son was little. He's now 18, and so I used to make our grilled cheese sandwiches from these cheddars. So anyway, it's I've had a relationship with these cheeses for a long time, long before they decided to sponsor this contest. So Lynn is here and she's enjoying a barbaresco tonight at home with homemade pizza. Excellent. And shredded Balderson white cheddar. Way to add the little on-trend, on-theme aspect to your pairing there, Lynn. Lynn did very well in the pairing contest, but I'm not giving it away yet. We'll announce the winners halfway through this session. So let's get on with it. Now, when we're pairing wine and cheese, especially when we talk about cheddars, we can tackle other cheeses tonight if you have questions, but I'd really love to focus on cheddar and hard cheeses because there's something very special about hard cheeses. They are among the easiest to pair with wine. So hard cheeses would include cheddars like the Balderson. It would include Parmesan. What else? Of course, it's all escaping me now that I have to think about it on the spot. But anyway, I'm a wine gal, not a cheese gal, but I'm a cheese lover. So I love the combination. I think each makes the other taste better than if it were on their own. But the thing about hard cheeses like a cheddar is that, oh, Tom is from Halifax, or joining us from Halifax, joining in early this week. Yes, winky, winky, Tom. Good man. And the thing about hard cheeses is that they are among the easiest to pair with wine, meaning they're made for wine because they have so many things in common with wine, hard cheeses. As they age, their aromas or their flavors become deeper, richer, more wine-friendly. I'm going to get to that in a moment because Dave is here with Claire, his new bride and love. They got married in a vineyard. It's so romantic. And he's on topic drinking, right on topic drinking Chambousar from Lebanon. What are you talking about, man? Wonderful brown color, lots of sediment, perhaps a bit too sweet. Okay. All right, focus. Canadian cheese, Canadian wine. What am I going to do with you folks? You like to be rascals. And the thing about hard cheeses like cheddar as they age is that everything sort of comes together like a good wine. So what do I mean by that? The flavor, the acidity, the tang, the sharpness, it all starts to come and marry together into deeper flavors, deeper complexity, like a wine. And that is why one of the traditional pairings in the wine world is Bordeaux with British-born cheddar. Now tonight we think we can do it better than that with Canadian wine and Canadian cheddar, but there's a reason these things work together. Lori is here. She's drinking a 2012 glass of Casadea Pinot Noir from the county, Prince Edward County. It's lovely. Finally, someone who is actually on topic. Thanks, Lori. Lori did well in the contest. We'll be announcing those winners halfway through this session. And Sam is here from BC. Sam, the wine teacher who knows a lot. He's right up there with Malcolm. Port and cheese tasting tomorrow night. Well, let's get you warmed up for that, Sam. But tonight it's Canadian cheddar, Canadian cheese. So, I'm going to start off with one of the cheeses that Balderson makes specifically for white wine. It's called Vintner's White Wine. And, you know, when I first saw this, I thought, marketing gimmick. I'm not sure. And really, I tasted it and I compared it side by side with the Vintner's for red wine, which is sold out. I couldn't get it anywhere. But anyway, we've got the Vintner's White. And there really was a difference. The difference being that the white is not aged as long as the red, which makes sense, because for the red cheese, red wine, you're going to want to have deeper, richer flavors. Now this one, the Vintner's White, is very creamy. It just cries for a Chardonnay, specifically, of course, Canadian Chardonnay, because that's a cool climate Chardonnay. It's got the nice acidity. It's going to cut through the richness of the fat. So I do have those wines here tonight, but the immediate bottle to my left, and it's always the wine that distracts me, is the one that's closest, is a Canadian Blanc de Blanc. So as I said earlier, it's a white wine made from white grapes, and this is a sparkling. So it's made from Chardonnay. And I've got it in my glass, conveniently. And the wonderful thing about sparkling wine is that it's got this swarm of bubbles, it's got that racy acidity, so palate cleansing. And what is cheese all about? It's about that mouth coating texture, that richness, that creaminess. And then you bring in the wine that's like a silver knife cutting through all that fat. I've got to try some. I'm making myself crazy here. Okay, so here we go. I've got some here. Let me know if anybody got cheese in front of them tonight that they're pairing with their wines. Excuse me. That's so nice. Lots of But that I wouldn't talk so quickly if I were just eating this on my own. I'd just be rolling it around in my mouth. But literally, it's like a lava flow, not brie lava flow, white creamy cheddar lava flow that just melts with your own body temperature and then starts coating your tongue. And then in comes the silver seam of acidity, that silver knife. Washes it away like the outgoing tide of the ocean. Yes, I'm carried away. So you can see how I think the two together taste better, because I could keep eating the cheese and the cheese and the cheese and the cheese. And then, I mean, it's a great cheese, but we satiate out, we get used to, we accommodate singular tastes, even if they're complex tastes, just one taste. It's why a meal includes more than just one food. We need variety in life, on the dinner plate, for wine and cheese, so that we go to this and then we experience that. And there are different flavors and textures and tastes. So if you've just joined us, I'm Natalie MacLean, nataliemaclean.com, where I review hundreds of wines. Please just jump in, tell us where you're logging in from, what's in your glass. Click on share and like right under this video so that you let your friends know that you're here, that we're here, and they can join us. And when you do that, you will get notified the next time we go live. Lori says, I had the Pinot, and she's talking about the Cassaday Pinot from Prince Edward County last night with the smoked Balderson cheddar, and it was a great match. Excellent. The smokiness of the Pinot complemented the cheddar aromas and flavors. That is awesome, Lori. And it was the last of her smoked cheddar. Lori, I think we might be topping you up soon, so hashtag change the sad emoji. Yeah, I like that cheddar too. Now, I had a discussion recently. Let's get out the smoked cheddar, the double smoked cheddar. It's smoked twice. So some people, and I'll disclose the name of the person who was talking to me about this, feel that smoking cheddar is akin to oaking wine, and it can go too far, or it can just add the right nuance. That the smoking process can hide the true nature or terroir or vibrancy, taste, if you will, of the cheddar on its own without the smoke. And it's so similar. This is one of many ways that I think wine and cheese are so alike. So you've got the smoking process for the cheese, and this one thankfully is still available pretty widely across the country, and it's one of the favorites, I think. And then you get to wine. But you know, if you've tried an over-oaked wine, what that tastes like. It's like the ketchup of the wine world. We're just going to hide all the problems with the wine by dousing it with oak. So I'm going to try the smoky. Oh, I've got to show you this outside the package because I've got my little cheese board right here. So you see the sort of smoked edges of this. This is a gorgeous wine. If you like smoked anything, if you are a bacon lover, this cheese is for you. If you like smoked meats, smoked salmon, that's good. Now, I need to taste more than one wine tonight. All right. So, now, I think, Dave, did you hear that Balderson opened a cheese factory in Israel? Yes, it's called the Cheeses of Nazareth. Nice joke, Dave. I always say when I'm arranging cheeses before a meal, because I don't cook, so my partner cooks, Miles cooks, but I open cheeses and open wines. I pull corks, I open packages of cheeses, and then I tell my guests when they're all ready, I say, come to cheeses. Please, come to cheeses. Dave, you are a punster after my own heart. Sam is saying, Upper Bench Winery from Naramata makes wine and cheese. Oh, they make cheese as well. A winery in BC. They make 7 different washed rind cheeses. Brie, Blue, which pair deliciously with their food-friendly wines. Yes, I've had a Merlot washed cheese, not from that winery, but that is really cool when they start doing that as well. Really good suggestion, Sam. So I've got this double smoked, smoky, long finish cheese in my mouth. It's in my esophagus. No, it's not in my esophagus, it's in my throat. And now, one of the myths, I think, of cheese and wine, especially the cliches of cheese and wine, is that it's red wine and cheese that go best together. But I find a good crisp white, like the Blanc de Blanc from Henry of Pelham, the Catherine Cuvée I was just tasting, or a white wine, a still wine, is amazing because the natural acidity of the white wine just, again, cuts like a silver knife through the richness and fat of the cheese. So even though we are talking about harder cheeses like cheddar, which can take a robust red, but this is the glory of cheddar and hard cheeses, is if you drink red, if you drink white, it's going to work. So I've got a BC wine, Sam, and others from BC, Mission Hill Reserve Pinot Gris 2015. Let's give that a try. And I wanted to go back, I'm going to pour this in a red wine glass. I'm going to be all over the map here, but I poured the sparkling in a white wine glass because I'm not a believer anymore in those tiny flutes. I know they preserve the bubbles, but I don't get enough of I swirl sparkling wine and I get far more flavor when it's in a white wine glass. A little bit bigger, not as big as a red. So anyway, I'm sticking with that for my bubbly, but here is the Mission Hill Reserve Pinot Gris. Has anyone tried this one? It's a well-known, gorgeous winery in the Okanagan Valley of BC, close to Kelowna. They have an amazing outdoor restaurant. You wouldn't want to be dining there right now, but it's beautiful in the summer and it overlooks the valley and Lake Okanagan, and it's a beautiful life. It's a gorgeous winery. All right. Very nice. Crisp, fresh. Again, it's that racy acidity that really, the smoky cheese is gone, so I'm just going to have to get some more. But that's the beauty of the pairing. So good. Now, I thought I had another, I think I have a red from these guys. Maybe a Sauvignon Blanc. Anyway, as usual, I've got this cluster of bottles that I can only see what's at the front. But let's just jump all around haphazard like we usually do. Anyway, if you're just joining us, please give a hey. Just where are you logging in from and what's in your glass. It's okay if you're off topic. Most of the people are here. They're all rebels. The next one I'm going to try is Trail Estate from Prince Edward County, Laurie. Trail Estate Chardonnay, and I just opened and tried this tonight, and it is beautiful. I knew about their Pinot Noir because I had it in a restaurant here in Ottawa, and then I called and I bought a case of it, the Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir, where is it? Okay, here's the Pinot. Okay, I'm saving this for Christmas because it would be beautiful with turkey, so I'm not going to open this, but I'm going to show you. Tease. Hashtag tease. But their Chardonnay surprised me tonight because it's just gorgeous. It reminds me of Clausen Chase from the county, and I know everyone anywhere wants to be different, and certainly I believe the winemaker, the owner, or somebody named Alex, they're doing their own thing, their own signature, but I mean that as a compliment. This is that sort of top shelf stuff like Clausen Chase. So this is the 2015. Let's give it a try. Dave says, back on topic, just opening Big Head Wines, Merlot. Claire is not a fan of the Moussard. Good, Claire. Way to keep your man on topic. See, she's already doing good things for you, Dave, in the marriage. Enologize, Malcolm. Speaking of off topic, you guys can't help yourself. I have Blanton's bourbon in my glass, getting ready for a spirits exam. And is a tasting note, isn't it, Malcolm? Sounds nice. When's your spirits exam, Malcolm? Lise, I have some Clausen Chase Chardonnay stashed away, and it's beautiful. It is, Lise. It's amazing. Okay, and what I'm tasting here, right here, is Trail Estate. And you know what? I should try it with, what I like to do when it comes to food and wine pairing is try the food on its own, then try the wine. No, it's the other way around. Hashtag erase. I gotta stop using that. Try the wine on its own, because I lead with wine. Then try the food, or the cheese. then go back to the wine. How did the wine change or taste? So I am going to try, this is, let me just get this out right, the 2-year. I was able to pick this up at Costco today. It's a big block, but it's, I mean, we're in for the holidays, right? We're settling in, we're getting ready. Santa isn't getting cookies and milk, let me tell you that. At this house, so I'm going to try the 2-year. So it's been aged 2 years, and it's very creamy. I was nibbling on it tonight like a hungry little mouse. And there we go. And I just did the wrong thing. I didn't taste the wine first. Anyway, whatever. Just listen to what I say, don't do what I say. And this is the Trail Estate Chardonnay from Prince Edward County. Love. I really love it. Toasted almond, green apple vibrancy. Just a beautifully balanced, lush, long finish of a wine. Malcolm, your exam is March 8th. Well, good luck, man. I'm glad you're on the trail of commitment to studying right now. Lee says, we have a French tradition to warm up fresh cheddar curd slightly, then pour some maple syrup on it and scoop it up with fresh baguette. What do you suggest with that? More of the same, please. Give me another baguette. That sounds glorious and rich, and leave it to the French, right? Poutine, this. So you've got this oozing warm cheddar. So I would cut through it with a chilled sparkling wine or a chilled white wine. I think that would be just you want the contrast of temperature. So you've got warm, luscious, gooey mouth coating, and then you've got crisp, fresh. So you go over there, and then you go up here, and then you go over there, and then you go up there. And it's that contrast that gives you those sensory delights. And again, you don't satiate out so quickly. Lynn, Leaves, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? I'm just going to read that again from Leaves. We have a French tradition to warm up fresh cheddar curd slightly, then pour some maple syrup on it and scoop it up with a fresh baguette. What do you suggest with that? As I said, more of the same. Speaking, that's a good point, Lise. Temperature. Let's talk about serving temperatures, because here again is where Dave, Lise, when can we all come over? Speaking of that, here's another thing that wine and cheese share in common. So for cheddar and hard cheeses, like the one I'm tasting right now, which is the Balderson 2-year, you should take them out at least an hour before you're going to serve them so they come up to room temperature, like a red wine would, unless you've got an overheated house. But really, you can serve cheeses too chilled, and their flavors will not come out and be as rich and mouth coating and just beautifully temperaturized if they're still fridge cold. So you leave them out, take them out of their package. You know, you might want to do a little slicing, not a lot, because we don't want them to get hard around the edges. We want that creaminess and let the guests help themselves. But that is important to remember. Now, if you've got softer cheeses like a brie or whatever, you probably are going to wait till maybe half an hour, 20 minutes before the guests arrive or before you're going to actually serve them, so you don't have this runny, messy puddle of cheese on the tray. But for hard cheeses, we want them to be at room temperature. All right. So again, that pairing worked well. So far, so good. Nothing is off. You know, I just don't think you can go too wrong with any of these. I think all we're searching for is good, better, best, right? So again, if you're just tuning in, please comment. Let us know where you're logging in from. Who's got a favorite Canadian wine and cheddar cheese pairing? I'd like to hear. The people who entered the contest, Lynn and Lori, you're here. I'm not sure if anybody else is here right now. But tell us about the pairings that you submitted for this contest. Which wine, which cheese, and why? And of course, halfway through, and we're already at 23 minutes, I can't believe it, but we are going to give away 3 of these. Woo! I'm feeling so Oprah. All right. So, I'm going to take another sip of this, and then I want to get through a lot more wines to show you. I have 6 different Balderson cheeses. They make probably maybe 10 or 11. But again, a lot of them are sold out. But these 6 are fairly available, thank goodness. But again, similarities with wine. Do a, what do you call it, a vertical or horizontal wine and cheese tasting. That's not referring to the position that you'll be in as the drinker or taster, but a horizontal tasting is like one wine, let's say a Shiraz. What would be a horizontal tasting? So you could do Shiraz from different countries or different wineries. You could also do, with a vertical tasting, you would be doing, say, one Shiraz from the same winery, but going back several years. So stacked. I know, Malcolm, you can jump in and correct me here. There's different ways to do that, but you can do it with cheese as well. So I think with a vertical cheese tasting, you would be taking the same cheese, but different ages. So I've got here the 2-year, the 4-year, there's a 5-year that is still available in fine cheese shops, and comparing them. A horizontal tasting might be the double smoked, the vintners. I've got like marble cheese and mild and fort. So different types of cheese would be the comparison. All right. Lee says, I love snappy old cheddar from Costco. Forgive me, but it has a black wrapper and a foreign affairs dream. I don't know what one that is, but anyone can comment. But you know what's the glorious thing about cheese is we call it tang or bite. Look at me trying to be a cheese expert. I'm not, but it's that sort of zesty taste. You get the creaminess and richness afterwards, of course, because it's cheese. It has the dairy fat. But that first initial bite that says, hello, I'm here, wake up, that I think is just so beautiful on the palate. And then as cheese ages, you get those little crumbly bits. At first I thought, what is this, little salt pellets? But no, far subtler. Naturally forming as cheese ages, you get these little agglomerations of the fat solidifying. I think that's it. Again, I've got to read up more on my cheeses. But it gives this textural difference because you've got the mouth coating creaminess of the cheese, and then all of a sudden you get a little crunchy bit that is just so beautiful. Anyway, okay, I've done 2 wines. Congrats to me. Let's see. Let's get into some reds. I'm just going to pull reds and whites haphazardly. Another one from Mission Hill out in BC. This is a red wine. It is their 5 Vineyards Pinot Noir. Has anybody tried this one? Again, I'd love to hear more from those who've entered the contest and what and why you entered it. Malcolm, you're correct. Thank you, Malcolm. A vertical tasting is the same wine from different vintages. Remember, V, vertical, equals V, vintage. That man is so smart. And as you say, horizontal tasting is like different wines carrying the same producer, grape variety, region, etc. Excellent. All right, here's the Pinot from Mission Hill. As expected, lovely, cherry berry, medium body, satin smooth. I'm thinking of marbled cheese, right? So let's just give that a try, how that works. Might still be happy. Okay, back to the wine. I think there is something really wonderful that happens because the proteins of the cheese are attaching themselves in my mouth, chemistry-wise, to the tannins, although there's not much tannin in that Pinot Noir. It's beautiful. And they are just like doing a Fred and Ginger's dance of roundness and lusciousness in my mouth with the berry flavors of the wine and then the creamy, rich dairy fat of the cheese, and it's just so happy. All right, Lori. Lori says, I bought an apple pie, warmed it up, and put a slice of smoked cheddar on top. Lori, you are creative. You and Lynn there. You're rocking it. Paired it with Cassidy Estates Oriana, 18% fortified Pinot Gris, which is really cool wine, by the way. The cheddar brought out the flavors of the apples, and the wine was sweeter than the pie, which is what you want, you're right. The wine saw smoke, So there was a bit of smokiness to match the smoked cheddar. Yum, it was delicious. That just sounds amazing. Great pairing, Lori. Alrighty, so that's Mission Hills Pinot Noir. Now, I got a slew of wines from a BC winery called The Hatch. They are hilarious on their bottle labels, and the wine inside is really good. Okay, I don't even know where to begin with these folks. Let's see, here we go. All the labels are different, very artistic. All tell a story. This is their Gamay. Gamay, as you probably know, is a lot like Pinot in that it's smooth, cherry berry, supple, round, very cheese friendly. So I'm just going to give this a sip, and oh, that's so lovely. Our cool climate, Gamay, is something I think that is vastly underestimated. Oh yes. Oh my God, that's good. Oh, so they sent me these wines. We should do a session on cross-border shipping and all that, because I have no idea what the ins and outs of shipping are these days. But again, it's called The Hatch Wines. This is their Gamay, their 2014. And I'd say it borders on full-bodied, but not in a heavy sense, just in a rich, luxurious, ruby red, fleshy berry type flavor. So I almost might go back to the smoked cheddar for that. That works. Like it wouldn't, but it does. Oh my God, that smoke fills my mouth. Sam says, here, Gamay is so food friendly yet underappreciated. Yes. Hashtag help Gamay. I think there is a hashtag. Go Gamay, go. Something like that. A grape that needs a support group. All right. Oh, well, as I said, I'm going to vary all over the place, but I've got Trail Estate back from the Prince Edward County, but this time instead of their Chardonnay, I've got their Riesling, which is lovely. Lime fresh, lemony. I was tasting this tonight. And again, because I want to share so many wines with you that I want to get them logged on before we go live and post the link afterwards. Lori says, you can bring in any wine as long as you do it through the LCBO and are willing to pay their markup. Oh, that is, yeah, okay. But is that even including BC wines, Lori? You have to go through the LCBO? Anyway, that's a topic for another discussion, but please do comment, and we should probably dedicate a session to ordering across the country, but also importing. There's a gentleman named Stephen Trenholm in Toronto who offers an amazing course called Importing Wine for Pleasure and Profit. So whether you just want to do it personally for yourself to bring in a favorite wine that you discovered while you're traveling, or you actually want to become a wine agent. Hey Michael, thanks for the like on the video. So we should have him here to discuss this topic. And anyway, if you've just joined us, please click on share and like. Let your friends join us. Let them know we're here right now. And let me know you're here, where you're logging in from. I'm Natalie MacLean. I review hundreds of wines. I kiss a lot of Venus frogs to find the princes for you. Here we go. Trail Estate Riesling. Minerality, whetstone, all that good stuff. That is a one good, smoking good winery. All right. Now, Sam, great idea. I'd like to know more about importing. Yes, me too. Lori says, for BC, elsewhere in Canada, I'm unsure. I was referring more to outside Canada. Oh, you took Stephen's course. It's a good one, isn't it, Lori? Like, he really knows his stuff. All right. Now, here's the Hatch again. Totally different label. This is called Rosso, as in red wine. Rosso, the Italian kind of name for red wine. I'm going to have to pour out the Gamay. Okay. That's good. These wines impress me across the board. Really good stuff. Anne-Marie MacLean, you're logging in from Pender Island, BC. Anne-Marie, thank you for joining us. Is this your first time joining us here? Welcome, my dear. Is there anything in your glass? I know it's 3 hours earlier for you in BC, so I don't know if you're into the holiday spirits yet, but thank you for coming. Dave says, we bring in wines from BC, comes straight to us, the LCBO, the LCBO does not know. Yeah, let's just keep it between us ducks. I'm sure nobody from the LCBO is watching tonight. We also bring in wine from California. There you have to pay 40% to the LCBO. Okay. Everything's really changing online. Even the LCBO is really, I think, getting their act together with their online ordering and all that sort of stuff. So we should have a whole discussion about that. The options, shipping across borders, whether they're interprovincial or national, online shopping, all that. That would be a really good topic. So, as usual, you guys have led me way off the path here, but I'm tasting Ross O, and it's Cherries Jubilee in my glass. I'm going to try this with the Balderson Fort. That's old for us Anglophones, the old cheese. So it's not specifying how long it's been aged, like some of the other packages do tell you exactly how many, but it's been aged. So let's give this a try. Dark, rich, and deep. And then I will go for old. Very nice. So Lise says, I'm very excited to try BC wines. Unfortunately, I can't get my hands on any. Plus, I am a little miffed that they changed the app and I lost all my favorites. Sorry, off topic. Please use my app. Natalie MacLean.com/mobile app. It's free. It scans the barcode and it scans the front label, woman, and it has favorites that you'll never lose. Biased. Anyway, Lynn says, for my holiday guests, I sliced some double smoked cheddar and served it with pomegranate arils. What are arils? That sounds really sophisticated, Lynn. I chose to pair it with the Colio Estate Lily Sparkling, which is just lovely. The green apple and nectarine flavors of the wine cut through the smokiness of the cheese, a study in contrast. The fizz helped to lengthen the experience. Now there's a hedonist after my own heart. Anne-Marie, I'm looking for some good sparkling wine. Used to love Stellar's J, but it's changing. Yeah, Stellar's J is Sumac Ridge, or perhaps they're separate now. I always get that confused because there's been some changes there. Now, we have to keep in mind Anne-Marie is in BC. I do think Henry of Pelham Catherine Cuvée is available across the country, Anne-Marie. I do think they have national distribution. It's an amazing wine. There's a rosé. This one's a Blanc de Blanc, vintage dated, but they also have a non-vintage dated. I think also Benjamin Bridge from Nova Scotia has Nova 7 out there. Now that's more of a frizzante. But of course there's so many tremendous BC sparkling wines. Sam, jump in and tell us about, and Anne-Marie, your favorite BC sparkling wines that she can get. Lise, I used to and love it, my dear, but I need to find wine in stores. Yes, you do, I know. I live in a rural area, I know. Dave, what you can't do is order from a wine retailer. We love Bishop's Cellar in Halifax. Great selection. Road trip, yes. That is a great wine store. Sam, off topic. The Vancouver International Wine Festival is featuring wines of Canada this year. They are. Anne-Marie, you should go to that event. I had the opportunity to sample some from Nova Scotia, Ontario, and BC as a preview. Wonderful idea. You know what? I haven't been to that event. I hear it is the best wine festival event in the country because they insist that the winemakers be there. And although the feature country is Canada this year, when winemakers from around the world participate, they must be there. They cannot send someone in their place. The winemaker has to be there. And so you're getting to talk to the people who actually make the wine. Sam, I heard it was harder to get Canadian wines than wines from any other country. Yeah. And Lisa's saying you might want to try Hinterland or Megalomaniac Bubblehead. Those are great. Not sure of their availability in BC, but very good suggestions, Lise. Alrighty. Let's keep going down the hatch. Maybe that's why they named it that. Look, this one's funny. It's Hatch Child. I just laugh. I love humor on labels. So of course, this is a play off Mouton Rothschild, the coveted first growth Bordeaux. And their symbol is the ram, the ram's horns. So of course they've got their little frisky goat here for Hatchchild. And it's a Bordeaux blend, meaning Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, etc. All right, Paul, going to have to catch up on the replay later. Cheers. Merry Christmas to you and all the members of the Sunday Sippers if we don't meet before next Sunday. Cheers to you, Paul and Patty. Thanks for joining us. And yes, we're at the 40-minute mark, so I have to keep on topic here and on trend. Or on time is really what I need to do. This is very cherry berry. Lee says, how do you spell the company name on those funky labels? So it's like The Hatch, as in The Hatch, Hatch, The Hatch. And you can find them. This is a BC winery, thehatchwines.com. I don't know if you can see that, but I will post the link. So that was more robust. I would probably pair that with more of the double smoked cheddar or the 4-year aged cheddar with Balderson. Now this is Screaming Frenzy. So you can see there's absolutely no brand identity from label to label. They're just having fun with their imaginations. And this is a Meritage, and you do say it like that, Meritage, not Meritage, all fancy in French, because it's a term that California winemakers came up with, and now we adopt in Canada and other New World countries for a traditional Bordeaux blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Merlot, and sometimes Petit Verdot and Malbec. So let's give this a try. I'm just probably going to wrap this up, but as I'm sort of sniffing and sipping, I think what we'll do next week, because the 24th is the Saturday, the 25th is the Sunday, then it's Boxing Day, I think, don't worry now, but I think we'll take a week off and we'll come back on Sunday, January 1st. If you don't have too large of a hangover headache, we'll be back. So we'll take 1 week off for everybody to enjoy their loved ones. And then we'll regroup January 1st, and we'll talk about the special wines we had over Christmas or Hanukkah or the holidays. And you can suggest topics right down below here if you want specific topics. All right. Screaming Frenzy. Very nice. Got a bit of a bite with the acid, which is good for the cheese. What else are we saying here? Yeah, good. Tom, I'm glad you're on board. And Lori, did we talk about which wine to match with our Canadian famous dish, poutine and cheese curds? That is so rich. Gravy, fat, all the good food groups, eh? The cheesy bits that are melting. I could go either way. Either a robust Chardonnay, cool climate Chardonnay, Canada, that would cut through all that richness with the natural acidity, or I would go with a racy Gamay, maybe even a Pinot Noir. I know those are light-bodied wines, but they've got the acid to really get in there, elbow in, with the richness of the dish. What do you guys suggest, more importantly? Let's see. Oh, this is the Sauvignon Blanc from Mission Hill, which I quite liked when I first opened it just before we went live. Quite good. Okay. And after this, I should announce the 3 winners. Lori and Lynn have been waiting so patiently. That is super good. I'm really liking that, and I'm liking it more than in past vintages. It's fresh, it's lime, it's not very herbal, sort of gooseberry, it's more that lime lift, that zest, that lemon. So, can anyone do an emoji drum roll? Look at this. Don't you wish you had that? All right. So, I don't know how many people participated, but a good, 20 folks, maybe more, put forward their favorite pairings of Canadian wine with Balderson cheese, and we have 3 gift baskets for the top 3 winners based on votes. And I must say, given that the contest ran only slightly more than a week, and you're only allowed to vote once a day, I have to commend the 3 winners on bugging the heck out of their relatives or friends and family, right, to vote for them. Like, you guys really get an A+ for harassing your friends. Anyway, so 2 of our winners are here tonight, Lori Kilmartin and Lynn Vanderlyn, and the 3rd winner is Gwen Barton. They all got over 1,000 votes. People, wow, that's amazing. And I'm going to give an honorable mention to Doug McMillan, who got 700 votes. I've got some extra cheeses and wines for you here, Doug. So, congrats, guys. Look, you're not out of cheese after all. All right. That's so much fun. I loved it. I will post the link. I post the link on the little promo video I did to just sort of tell you that we're going live about an hour ago. And I post the link there, but I'll post the link here, and you can see all the combinations because they took pictures and they said why they liked the combination that they picked. You know, why this wine, why this cheese. And it was really creative. It had some festive feel to it, some presentation glam. It was a lot of fun. So I congratulate Lynn and Lori, who are here with us. I don't think Gwen is here tonight. I don't think she could be. She was with us last week. But well done, guys. Really well done. You did so well. All righty. Anne-Marie, thanks for the suggestions. I tried Benjamin Bridge last time I was in Nova Scotia. A little too sweet. Yes, the Nova 7 is meant to be sweet, Anne-Marie. Yes, Nova 7. I often go there. I should try it again. So Benjamin Bridge also makes completely dry bubblies. Lee says, I vote we get contests to win wines. Haha, congrats, ladies. Yes. I actually think there's some law or something in Ontario, maybe Canada, where you can't give wine away as a contest prize. I don't know about that. Probably doesn't matter that much, but just saying. Now, I also have, I think you say a Casaba, right? It's not Casaba. So we've got unoaked Chardonnay from them, Escarpment, and there's another one I've got here from them. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Unoaked Chardonnay, but it says sustainable because it's pointing to their farming methods of being sustainable, which I'm not sure is regulated by law, the definition, but it does indicate a commitment to, a variety of things, from recycling water to reducing waste to all sorts of things. So it's a good thing because farming, of course, while it is a grassroots agricultural business that we depend on, it also has a large environmental impact. So it's really good when folks like Casaba make an effort to lower their environmental hoofprint. Let's see. Congrats, Lori says, Joe. Hey, Joe from Prince Edward County. Didn't know you were lurking there, my man. Which would be your favorite Prince Edward County wine and cheese pairing, Joe? Joe is a huge advocate for Prince Edward County wines. Dave says, we are members of the Benjamin Bridge Wine Club. No issues with shipping. Cool. So Dave is in Ontario and he's getting Benjamin Bridge wines. And I assume more than the Nova 7, which is available across the country, which is lovely. Tom says, don't give wine as a prize. Give a bottle of, quote, vinegar. Very sneaky. Oh, that's very fresh. The Casaba Unoaked Chardonnay. Lovely. I'm just going to show you a few more bottles. Hey, says Joe. Hey, man, it's nice to see you there. It's great. Which Prince Edward County have you been loving lately, Joe? Or wine? Several. I'm sure you've been having more than one. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, has anybody tried 30 Bench Riesling? That is an amazing wine. That is one of my most favorite Rieslings from Niagara. It is so good. Probably just going to, at this point, just start throwing bottles in front of you. Here's the hatch again. Look, totally different bottle. Talking stories. But these guys have such a great sense of humor. Each glass of wine has 4 drops of blood. The grapes were picked by 7 peregrine falcons trained. Like, it just goes on and on. Somebody's got a great sense of humor or a problem with LSD. One of the two. I'm kidding. And then, what else we got? We got another Screaming Frenzy, but this one is Pinot Noir. This one was lovely. I tried this one earlier from The Hatch. And there's going back to medium and mild and old. And then we've got the ones that do have a number of years aging. And these are harder and harder to get because they're just so darn popular, they sell out. So what are you gonna do, right? Really, really fantastic cheddar made in Winchester, Ontario. So this is the Screaming Frenzy Pinot Noir. Lori says she had the 30 bench, catered dinner with your wine group, curried butternut squash soup. With that Riesling, that would be to die for. Yes. And Lee says she's had the 30 bench triangle post or steel post. I think they have both. I think there's the triangle Riesling and then the steel post Lees from 30 bench. My husband and I love them separately, but together, you're one. I just am so impressed. I think they've been Winery of the Year, and there's a young woman there, Emma, I think somebody, who's been Winemaker of the Year. It's a pretty great story. Owned by Andrew Peller, which is a larger conglomerate of wineries, but they really preserve that small feel of that 30 bench winery. Joe says he loves them all, of course. Joe is so careful of everyone's feelings in Prince Edward County, and he's a great advocate for the wines there. But every winery has a special one I like. I get around, yes you do, Joe. The fun is in the summer when Delgado Estates gets together with Fifth Town Cheese. Yes, located next door, do pairings with their products. Yes, Fifth Town Cheese is a really great cheese retailer in Prince Edward County, and you must go there the next time you are in Prince Edward County, especially the Picton area. I love that area. It's so beautiful. The restaurants are great. You can walk along sandbanks, the waterfront, the beach, the sand dunes. It's so great. Anne-Marie, we have a great vineyard here on Pender Island called Sea Star. I've heard of them, but they don't have bubbly, but their wine is outstanding. I have heard of Sea Star. Deb Podrigal, who contributes wine reviews to our site, is a big advocate for Sea Star. Yes, you have both of them, Lees. Alrighty. I want to show you a really unusual bottle from The Hatch. It's called Dynasty. It's in this little pug bottle, and yet it's, I think, their flagship wine at $40, a bit of a Bordeaux blend, and it's pretty stunning. Look at what they're doing. So MMX 2013. Yes, we all know Roman numerals and Latin, people. Make me work for it. Only educated can drink it, I guess. I don't know. That's so good. I get that Band-Aid Bordeaux thing. That is a good thing. It's the type of high-end oak barrels. It's so august. That's all I can say. It's august. Full body, dark fruit, all kinds of really good things happening in the glass. And what else? I think I've done the gamut here. Oh, this is one I opened earlier because I forgot last week. Didn't get it opened in time. And it is the Inniskillen sparkling ice wine made from Cabernet Franc. Now, this is festive in a glass. And again, I'm using all the wrong glasses. If you want a real technical tasting, don't check in here. So I would use a sparkling wine glass, but as I said earlier, not the flute, the skinny flute. I would use a white wine glass so I can swirl it and get more flavors. But I'm using the wrong red wine glass. But here we go. This is just so pretty, like ruby red, float of raspberry on top, and it's got some sweetness. So the two things that work together are the salt of the cheese and the sweetness of the wine. So sweet wines do work also with cheddar cheeses. And we're just going to wrap up here soon, folks. Oh, yeah, it's got so much acidity. I mean, really good wake up, not bitter or attack acidity. That's really good. So my people, this is the thing I look forward to each week now. So I thank you for being here. And although we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus so we can all enjoy Christmas with our loved ones and they're not going, why are you still on the computer? I get that. We will regroup on Sunday, January 1st. So please put in the comment section what topics we should address. It could be hangover remedies if you really need that, but it could be which wines you got as gifts, gave as gifts, enjoyed, super duper, like, oh my gosh, I enjoyed everything. Whatever. But before you leave us tonight, if you haven't already, click on share and like, and then you will know when we go live next time. And let your friends know so they'll join us here as well, because our group here is just growing and growing and growing. Yes, Anne. And it's just so much fun. I really didn't like Facebook till I found this, and it is a lot of fun. So you all have a happy holiday. Can we all raise a glass virtually? All right, I can hear you. I'm going to hear you tinging. And I raise my glass to the Sunday sippers, and how much fun we're having, and just how much we can learn together, explore together in 2017. So think about what it is you want to learn about, and let's go there together, okay? So, Joe, thanks. You guys, it's really fun. Okay, so I'm going to close it off because I'll just get all maudlin and weepy, and that doesn't really work on Facebook Live. So, you take care, enjoy your holidays with your loved ones. I hope something great is in your glass, and I will see you Sunday, January 1st, and I'll try not to talk too loud. You take care.